Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Around the Colosseum. You got your host, Danny the Ref, and myself, Johnny Aman. Danny, it's nighttime when we're recording this. Don't know when they're going to watch it. How's your day been besides getting a new cut,
Yeah, it's getting a little heat out there, so I thought I'd get a little frosty on them. It's been a pretty good day. Did some work, got off, went and got this done, went and picked up the wife and the little one from the brother's house, and now we're here, about to talk about some wrestling.
Which always makes it a great day.
Always makes it a great day. And then I have my go-go juice. McDonald's not sponsored this.
It'd be nice if they did.
Man, wouldn't it though? Free coffee.
Or I keep seeing people on other YouTube channels getting sponsored by Bombas. In like free socks and free underwear. That'd be nice.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, them Bomba socks. Hey, no, I know this is a wrestling podcast, but no, for real, Bomba, if you're out there, I love your socks. They're so comfortable. I just need ones that go up my leg because I wear boots. Not ankle socks.
I mean, I watch a welding show. Well, not really a blacksmith guy on YouTube, Alex Still. Mm-hmm. He got Bomba underwear, and he, even on his blacksmith shop, he's like got his shirt on and his Bombas. I mean, he's not doing any blacksmith work, but for his little advertisement, he's just in those. I mean,
I'm gonna let you know right now from someone who's welded before, not having a long, if your skin is showing, you're getting a tan, a very unwanted tan that doesn't feel good.
No.
Well, it's like a flash tan, instant.
Let's get into something that probably didn't feel too good for some people. And I mean, like CM Burnham and Lucian Loveless and
Tank.
I'm talking about Kevin James Sanchez.
Oh.
Finally, the commissioner. That final year-long election process is finally over. It is over. And we had some good names thrown into the hat. We really did. But when it came down to it, the people decided what they wanted. And they wanted it to be a little X-rated, I guess, from time to time. A little spicy. A little bit of BMF.
Oh yeah. It's going to be a fun year for Empire with Kevin in command and leading. I'm interested to see what happens and see what kind of decisions are made.
Which, I mean, Kevin had a pretty good night that night. Like, we're not gonna jump ahead to the ending for those that had left the show before it happened. But before that, Kevin James Sanchez and Maniac Mike were inducted to the Empire Hall of Fame.
Yes, they were.
So, well deserving of both those men.
Very much so. Very much so. I mean, both have very historic careers here in Oklahoma and professional wrestling. Like, their names, they've been around the block for a while. So it's good for them to get that recognition that they deserve.
I mean, I'm sure if Kevin watches this podcast, he'll correct me, but I think he either debuted in 99 or 2000. So.
But yes, that whole generation and era of wrestling is. I don't know the exact year. I can't remember. In my head, it's like 24 or 26 years in that range. Either way, almost pretty much 3 decades of professional wrestling.
Yep.
I think Mike's about the same amount of time, maybe a little longer. I'm not 100% sure, but either way, I mean, it's there's not many words I can use to describe it, but I mean, legacy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I came in on the tail end of Maniac Mike, so I only got to see like maybe 1 or 2 of his matches. But I do know when I first came in, Malachi had this pretty cool comic book out, and it featured Maniac Mike at the same time. So, Mike was a longtime member of the Psychotic Messengers, longtime member of EPW, so while he hasn't been around like Kevin has, it's still another worthy individual to be part of the Hall of Fame.
Very much so. Very much so. He did a lot in the time that he was here. Like I said, general, career alone, it's been over, 3 decades worth of pure entertainment to fans. Wrestling, I mean, at its finest. I mean, if I wish, a lot of times like we go back into a time machine and actually that way put a camera in some of these independent places like we have, that way we could truly catch moments that were, missed because of, I don't want to say lack of recognition, but just not having it, like if being the fly on the wall, only imagine what you could have seen.
Most definitely. So something we didn't have to be a fly on the wall for is what we kicked off the show with.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the Sure Shot title match.
Yep.
Or ladder match for the Sure Shot briefcase. We had Montego Seco, a former winner of it. Yep. We had Tank Bryson, a member of the Psychotic Messengers.
Yep.
We had Damian Morte, the former All-American, I believe it was, EPW champion.
Yes.
And then we also had Maddox Jones returning on there. So you were in the ring. I'm going to link a video.
I started in the ring, but I quickly got out the ring once I realized what match was going on. I looked around and saw the 4 gentlemen and kind of just looked up a little bit, and I was like, you know what? I'm not needed in this ring right now, so I'm going to go ahead and get out before I get hurt. And yeah, I was by ringside for the action, and it was intense.
Oh, yeah.
As a referee, I haven't dealt with anything that intense yet, and that it was pure insanity through the entire thing. Pure chaos.
These guys took. I mean,
I believe, I want to say Morte threw Tank through a ladder or swantoned him off into a ladder. I can't remember exactly. I just know Tank and a ladder made very heavy contact, and that ladder bent, and he landed on the ground.
If my editing skills are proper enough, right up here, maybe, if you can see my finger. Yeah. Well, no, if you point, you're pointing off screen. If I point, it's up there. But if I can do the editing skills right, you're going to see Damian Morte doing his swanton on the Tank on the ladder. And that, I thought the Tank was out after that. But
I thought he still
came back.
And then he got up. Yeah. Every man in that match was just brutally beating the crap out of each other for that shot. I mean, like I said, it's a sure shot. Anytime, any place, doesn't matter where. That's your chance.
Yeah, and it's any title also.
Yeah, any title, and that's misconcept. People thought, oh, it's just for the big title. No, this is for the the inner. There, so we have so many titles. We have
the ITV championship title. We have the All-American title. We have our tag titles. We have the heavyweight championship. I mean,
think about
that's 4 different titles.
The winner of it could literally grab a tag team partner and be like, hey, we want these titles. And anything could happen with them. That's the great thing about it. And watching these guys, I didn't know who was going to win. At one time, I thought Sika had it. Another time, I thought Jones had it. And I thought Tank had it 3 or 4 different times. But when it all came down to it, the veteran that Morte is found his opportunity, climbed it, and snagged it. Secured his shot.
I mean,
like you said, at any title.
If I had money on it going into there, I would have said Montego Sika. As soon as I found out GBK returned to Empire, that was another exciting aspect of the night.
Instant, I was like, oh, back. Repeat. It's going to be a repeat. It's going to be exactly what it was last time. Sika's going to take it. I felt it when I saw him in backstage. I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's really good odds. Someone who's been in the match, knows what's at stake, knows what type of opportunities to take to win it. Yeah, no, my money was riding on him. So Morte winning was it was a surprise. I think it was a really big surprise for the crowd. I don't think anybody saw it coming. I don't even know if he saw it coming. It's one of those moments where he found his opportunity. Whoop, and he took it. Simple as that.
Exactly, and that's what you have to do in a ladder match is just find your opportunity and take it. So next up, we have Anarchy against Jay Hazard. And this was for the ITV Championship, I believe, because Trench holds the All-American.
Yes.
Or it's backwards. So yeah, Anarchy.
I think Trench is the All-American.
Okay, so Anarchy is the ITV then.
I believe so. Either way, those Pirates hold a lot of gold.
Yes.
It's crazy.
And they're only going to get more gold throughout the years. Like
they're good though. So I mean, I won't knock talent anywhere. And
whoa! Time out there. Don't say they're good. Then they're going to be their egos are going to be inflated.
You can't deny talent where talent is, and I won't ever do that. If they got it, they got it. And I've seen Anarchy go. He's definitely a sly veteran, and Trench is Trench, plain and simple. That moonsault, it's beautiful. But we're talking about Anarchy and Jay Hazard right now.
Right.
And the match was good. I was actually a little surprised in Jay. He didn't try to tell me his hair got pulled this time, which, again, you had Jay. I'm looking at you now. You have no hair.
Oh, come on.
You have no hair.
He has back hair. He has back hair. You can pull that back hair.
You have no hair. Back to you. But no,
as
it was
you brush your newly cut hair.
It was a really good match back and forth. Jay kept it pretty clean, which I was pretty surprised. Cass, to my recollection, trying to pull it back, I don't really think she even tried to get involved in this match compared to normal, which was different. She was there. She was a presence. She's always a presence. Never not let it be known. Cass is a presence. But it seemed like Jay was just trying to truly just handle it out there in the ring. And fortunately for him, Anarchy prevailed.
Well, if they're like other talents that pay attention to our show, because Father Padge, he cornered me at the event, and he was like, you better make sure you spit the truth about me. Well, he didn't say spit, but he said you better make sure you tell the truth, or I might get hit with his kick. Because I've said 7 losses is what Padge has. He only has 2. So Father Padge watches, and he makes sure that I know when I'm wrong. The Saints pay attention to when we're wrong. So if Cass is watching, she knows I hold you to those standards. I'm like, look, Danny, you screwed up here. You didn't see this, Danny. Yeah. Watch for this. And they know you learn from it.
They know. They trust me. I'm still young in my career, but don't think that I haven't studied the greats of this position that I'm in. There's a lot of cats that have been in the game that are still doing it. My stand does not like me tonight. I'm sorry, people. I'm gonna get a new one. Let's try this. Tighten it down. There we go. No, I'm a student of what my position is and what my profession is. May just be a referee, but there's a bit more to it than just counting 3 counts and calling matches. It's a craft. And
you said you studied the greats, so you watch Aubrey Edwards, right?
We had this conversation last time. Let's not do this again.
Oh, you you don't actually know my stance on Aubrey Edwards. I really
sucks.
do not like her.
Trash. Aubrey Edwards, you're not a good referee. I'm making a lot of wall breaks tonight. I'm loving it.
I mean, if Aubrey watches this, hell yeah. But
I hope I get it.
I'm not a fan of her reffing style for sure.
I watched a match. I couldn't even tell you what match it was, but I saw her. She's got me tongue twisted now. Saw her stand in one spot for 5 minutes, not move. Wrestlers moved. She didn't. At that moment, I knew I fucked up and changed channel immediately.
See, to me, the two.
Like I said, there's a couple people there that I like just because they're there and I like them. But if they were anywhere else, I'd still like them. So we're not going to get into that.
To me, the two best refs still in it right now is Charles Heston, a.k.a. Little Nate. And he's just been going for so long. When I see the ref, it's like, oh, that's him. Like, that's the job of the ref, is not to be seen. And then Paul Turner. He's another one that I thoroughly enjoy as a ref.
I can't remember her name because I'm having a brain fart right now. But honestly, I like both the female refs in WWE. Like, I think they do a phenomenal job. Like, there's emotion when there needs to be. Like, it seems like they know the positions that they're supposed to be in. Like, they're on point. Better than some of the guy referees. Myself included, that I've seen. So, no, hats off to them. I mean, I believe one of them just main evented Monday Night Raw, which has never happened, ever. So, that's big. Yeah. So,
speaking of big news for the females in wrestling worldwide, Athena is going to be the first woman to main event the Hammerstein Ballroom when AEW goes there.
Yeah, see? AEW.
Whoa. Like, this is more of Athena versus AEW, though.
If you're not talking about Boom, I don't care.
Oh, you want me to talk about how he needs to back off the Tanner?
He does.
He's an Oompa Loompa man.
Anyways, next match we had was a good one. It was another title match, I do believe.
Yes, it was E-Bone defending against Dam, and Dam was out for a little bit of revenge.
For sure. And E-Bone, I don't know why he tries so hard to sneak one in. Beginning of the match, I take the chain from him. Right? I'm like, you know what? This isn't going to be in play this week. It's out of here. Boom. Chain's gone. Then I go to pat him down. What do I find?
I don't know what. I don't want to know where you patted to find something.
It was his knee. Calm down, Johnny.
Oh, he's that hung?
Anyways, the man had a pair of brass knucks tucked in his knee pad. I'm like, what are we doing? What? Well, so I guess the chain was a diversion this time because he knew I'd go after the chain. I'm taking the chain from you every time. It's just no. Just don't even come out with it. Take the chain. He thinks because he's got it stuck in his knee that I'm not going to check him now because I've already got it. Of course I'm going to check it. Find the knucks, right? Get him out of play. Match is going along, and it's a great match. They're going back and forth. He hits the swanton. I almost feel like he shouldn't go for the swanton. Name one time you've ever seen him actually connect, Johnny.
I haven't, but like everybody underestimates Dam. Like he's the captain with the Pirates. I don't think he gets as much respect as he should, especially because he's still new in the industry. I mean, this boy's got a lot of potential. And
think about this. This is coming from me, the guy who, had an early encounter with the Pirates. Dam's good. He's very talented. He can go. I think that in a few years, he's going to be one of those guys that could compete for the world title. Like, he really could. Like, I think that there's more title shots in his future. Doesn't matter if it's tag team or singles. He's going to he's already surprising people, and like you said, he's only going to get better. So from here, I mean, you win against a champion. Disclosure, you came up short, but by no means is that a knock. Like I said, he's every time I've seen Dam in the ring, it's been better and better each time.
But back to your question of when have I seen E-Bone hit the Swanton? I haven't. But if you underestimate your opponents and you think, okay, this time because he's not as good as me, or I don't look at him as good as me, I can hit it.
Yeah. No. And me being the guy that I am, normally I'm like, he missed it. No, this time he missed it bad. So, I'm checking on him, thinking that, he might actually be hurt. Do you know what he did, Johnny?
No, what did he do?
He reached into my pocket and took the brass knucks. I didn't even feel it. I don't know how, in what manner, but as he was getting up, somehow he got the brass knucks out of my pocket. At this point in time, I've gotten up. I'm checking on Dam, making sure he's good. I turn back around. E-Bone's about to go for a strike with the brass knucks in his hand. Of course, luckily I caught him, taking him out. And you know what? I honestly don't know what happened from there. I turn around, and he's got him rolled up for a pin. And 1, 2, 3, E-Bone wins. Like, I really have no idea what happened after
like
that.
Captain Hooker by crook, E-Bone's going to win.
He's going to get it. He's going. So and again, retains his title. E-Bone's shifty. He is very, very shifty. I give it to him.
All right, and then the next match on our card featured the Pirate King Trench Blythe against Romeo Reese.
I believe this is a returning Romeo Reese as well. I haven't seen Romeo Reese compete here in a good while.
I mean, like I said earlier, all of GBK came back. Well, not all. We didn't have Mitch Onyx, but like GBK is returning. And so we had Guy Sterling, we had Montego Sika, and we had Romeo Reese returning. And that's,
now,
as a fan, that excited me.
Did you not see the promo for GBK earlier in the day or earlier in the week? I think Mitch may have left. I think he may have stepped away. Like, no longer part of it.
I don't know. I know Guy posted a picture of a throwback of them.
I don't know. I correct me if anybody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I heard him say, "I'm not your guy," and walked away. And it left my mouth like this. And then it ended. So I don't know. But yeah, back to the match though. This match was hard hitting. Again, Trench is a very hard hitting wrestler. He's got some high fly in him too. He's very technical. This is the first time I've ever reffed a match with Romeo Reese in it, so I didn't really know what to expect out of him. A little dirty.
I mean, he's a member of GBK. How can he not be dirty?
He evaded the rules, stayed within the lines, just in the long run, won the match. He's the new champion. I don't have a lot I can really say about the match, to be honest. Like I said, it was back and forth. It all could be a little bit of a brain lapse too, just because there's already so much that's going on. I mean, we're halfway through the night already, and think about what's happened. I mean, you've got ladder match, crazy match between Anarchy and Jay, brutal battle of wits between Dam and E-Bone, and then Trench and Reese were pretty much just slugging it out. There wasn't a lot of a lot of high flying. I believe Trench went for the backflip at one point in time. Yeah, honestly, it was, like I said, back and forth wise, I remember it being consistent, really good. In the long run, Romeo won. He's a new champ. Congratulations to him. I'll never count Trench out. He'll be back somewhere, some way, somehow. He is the Pirate King after all.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then like just Black Flag Rising, there's so many different ways he could form a tag team. We might see him in the tag division. We might see him get a rematch against Reese. We don't know.
Exactly.
Speaking of the tag teams, we had a debuting International Fight Club.
Yep.
We had Trap coming back for their second match.
Mm-hmm.
We had the Saints of Pro Wrestling, Scott and Sean Sanders. First time they've been together in a couple of months because one of them has been having issues.
Yep.
And then we had CRD.
It was a modified version of Hell's Kitchen. We had CRD, and then I believe Sean Ryan.
Yes.
Filling in. Yeah, so we had Hell's Pirates was what we're going to call it. Kitchen Flag. Sure. I don't know. Something. A half and half combination. That match was wild. Honestly, wild. That was a very fast-paced. There wasn't a lot of lull downtime. At times a bit hard to keep in control, especially towards the end. It kind of just fell apart. I won't lie. Luckily, I was able to kind of row back in, and then finishing off, I believe, I can't remember which Sanders brother, but one of them hit the Claymore at this point in time. I'm trying to remember on who. I want to say it was either on Marquez or Max. One of the two for the win. But that match was so back and forth with this person tagging this person tagging this person, these people deciding they wanted to tag each other. Like, it was very, very confusing.
And I'm no help there because I think I was going after another Tito's shot at that time. They were free. Why not?
Where was mine?
You were in the ring. You can't ref and drink.
Ref didn't need one. You're right. The ref didn't need one. I didn't need one. Afterwards, I needed a few of them. But no, it was a fun match. Like I said, very fast paced, a lot of action, a lot of meaty bodies beating the crap out of each other in there.
Come on now, you can't hate AW and then use their meat.
Say whatever I want. I've never seen a PG rating. Okay, anyways, no, but you got a lot of dudes. I mean, you got two in the ring at a time, and then everybody else just kind of standing out there, just itching to go. Like, you saw it multiple times where guys were just getting in the ring and breaking up a count, or breaking up this, or just a war there for a minute, trying to get people to get out of the ring or get back to a corner. Like I said, when it's all said and done, Saints of Pro Wrestling ended it, sent it home. 1, 2, 3. We've got new number one contenders, or they're just getting their rematch. I don't know how that's supposed to. I mean,
they're the number one contenders, and I'm sure if you ask Sean and Scott, they should never have had to
at all
been in that match. They should have just got their rematch because they didn't actually lose them as a tag team themselves. I'm sure they're just slightly happy that they've secured their number one contender spot. It's just when will they go up against God's Work? Which, before we get to God's Work for their match that night, Jack Telos versus Striker.
When I was told that I got the draw for this match, I was immediately excited and immediately in fear, because I know what both these men are capable of. Striker is, his name states it itself, I believe. Like, enough said.
I mean,
and then you have Jack Telos.
I was listening to Striker on another podcast the other day. He's beat Death twice, and then he went up against Jack.
Yeah.
I mean,
like, he just competed for a world title shot, like, last month.
Yes.
Almost won. Been retired
October 5th. He was retired for a year, maybe 2 years.
Like, and still got in there. Battle Royal, check, won. Title match, almost took it home. To follow that up to fight Jack Telos, insane. Them two guys were beating the dog in each other. Like, I mean, not out of each other, because they were just getting angrier and angrier as the match was going on. There was no, oh, one person's really getting the. No, they were just two dudes going at it. Like, it was raw. The best word I can put behind it.
So let's do a little speculation here. You mentioned he came back, won a battle royal. I know he didn't just hide out, but we've seen several people just hide out and win battle royals throughout the years. And then he loses his his heavyweight championship match. Okay, Jack's looking for real competition. He answers that call.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think because he's coming back from a retirement that maybe he has not necessarily a chip on his shoulder, but maybe he feels like he has something to prove that he can still go? And that's why he took on Jack?
I don't know if it was, I need to prove that I've still got it in me, as much as just a being tired of what he's seeing type situation. Because like you said, Jack's pretty much ran through everyone. No one's really gave him that real challenge per se. So Striker doing it that's different. That's more than a challenge. That's someone who understands the game in and out, who's seen this or seen that, and knows how to overcome specific types of obstacles. I'll put it like this. If GBK would have never came out and I wouldn't have had to throw the match out, the crowd was in for a crazy match. Plain and simple. They were robbed of the finish of that match. It was, yeah. So so GBK coming out and causing me to stop the match and it being a no contest, it sucked, because like I said, them two dudes were going at it, and it was getting good. Like, it was hard to officiate the match, if you know what I mean. Like, I felt myself getting lost as a fan. Like, oh my God, this is like, I want to be like some type of chant going on. I want to be part of it type situation. But I'm the referee. I had to dial in so many times in that match. It was crazy just to center it. And then, like I said, GBK coming out and attacking both of them was just completely unexpected. Like, I didn't see that coming at all. Like, going perfectly in stride with the match, and boom, here they come.
No, but GBK is always going for that top title and take out Jack, who's the big man, who at that time it was Malachi as the world champion.
Yep.
So they could have been thinking about future take out Jack, which, as far as I know, with Striker, he's either suffered broken ribs or at least just bruised ribs.
Yeah,
but he got an injury out of that match, unfortunately.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly in which part. Somewhere between, I think he got some type of suplex, and when he landed, he was hurt. Like I said, I don't know if they're broken, they're bruised. What's going on with that? I haven't gotten an update. I know that he was treated that night and went home. So, best wishes to him. Hopefully he's got a speedy recovery and we get an update soon. Very unfortunate, because like I said, the match was really good.
Which just goes to prove, do not try this at home.
No, don't. Don't.
Striker is a legendary veteran in the sport for Oklahoma.
Yep.
And one small mislanding or one small, who knows what went wrong.
Yeah, anything could have been. It could have been the way he landed. Person could have landed on top of him and just like crushed him type situation.
Boom, injury.
There's so many different ways that we can get hurt doing this. That's literally why WWE, the big giant disclaimer, don't do this at home.
I mean, just like
if you want to learn how to be a professional wrestler, Ask. Come to training. We have classes. It's something that is available. Like, all you got to do is message, inquire. Information can be given.
Yeah, you can message us on Facebook, and it'll get to the trainer.
Yep.
If you haven't liked us on Facebook, why haven't you? You should follow us. We put up stuff like we just posted a couple of days ago. What are you doing?
Staring at the people who aren't following us on Facebook right now. Okay. They know.
But yeah, you'd see what our next event is and the flyer for that already. You wouldn't have to wait till the end of the show to see it.
You could join the Patreon and already have your tickets for it.
Yeah. Tickets start as low as $10. You get this episode early. You'll get any shows we put out early.
Yep.
Follow us on Twitter. Everything's either Imp Pro Wrestling, EMP Pro Wrestling OKC, or Imp Pro Wrestling on all the social medias. We don't have a Blue Sky yet, but who knows on the future?
A what?
A Blue Sky. It's the platform everybody's moving from Twitter to. Because everybody hates Elon Musk.
Twitter always sucked, but that's besides the point.
Right.
And all platforms, though. Empire Pro Wrestling. Just Google Empire Pro Wrestling. You'll find it. It's simple. We're Googleable. I don't think that's a word, but I just made it. Googleable? Sure.
Okay.
What do we have next, though?
We had our semi-main event, the match that a lot of people was there for, and
a lot of people were there for.
It was a grudge match of God's work against Colby Thielen and Adrian Vega.
Yep.
And I'm not going to lie, I was completely surprised with how much Colby put into that and how good Colby looked in his gear. Like, let's not downplay that. He looked great in his gear.
But what's more important, no offense to Colby, what the best thing about that entire thing, Omar's cancer free. That's amazing. But yes, Colby did great. I just had to give Omar his plug, man. I had to give Omar his plug. Boy, is cancer free, and that's what's amazing. Of course, like you said, Colby. I can't say anything but good things about Colby. I got to see him develop this craft personally, and to watch it was really cool. Like, he picked up on it. He was told, hold on, I'm already giving away spoilers. They won because they're good. And then you got Adrian Vega with you, a former champion. That's back. That is back up all day long. I love Vega. He's a great talent.
And not only is Vega a former champion, but he's always honing his craft. He's always looking for new seminars to go to and new ways to better himself.
I've known Adrian for 7 or 8 years now, like shoot name type relationship. Like, we've known each other. We work together. He's a really good dude. And like I said, Colby couldn't have had a better partner for the match. It was a perfect choice. It was a perfect person. I don't even say choice. The perfect person stood up, rose up to the occasion. Not saying anything against God's Work. God's Work is a phenomenal tag team and a staple of Empire Pro Wrestling. Deacon Hendricks, Padge, they are diabolical, methodical, and they will get you when you're not paying attention or if you're slipping.
I mean, and they had Colby quite a bit during that match just because of his inexperience.
Exactly.
And here's what really impressed me with Colby, besides like his skinning the cat and his blockbuster. The fact that he was in there for most of the match.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I would not expect that from a celebrity. Like, you watch WWE, you watch AEW, you watch TNA, any of their celebrity matches. If it's a match, or even like when JR would be in there, it would be like, oh, hits one move and gets the pin. No, Colby wrestled the majority of that match.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that had to do with God's Work, trying to make an example out of him. Like, they're trying to make it, and this is just my opinion, where it didn't matter if he had Adrian or not. He was irrelevant. This was to prove a point, to make a message. And like you said, the moment I knew for myself that something crazy was about to happen was when he skinned the cat. And he came back up, because I don't know, if you go back in camera, you can see me tapping Deacon on the shoulder and be like, hey, you should turn around. And from there, Colby got hot. Hot. That blockbuster was nasty.
When Colby skinned the cat, everyone in the crowd popped. Where they were a seasoned veteran of the ring, or just a regular fan, or
everybody.
I try not to pop for many things, but when I seen Colby skin the cat, I popped. The people in front of me popped. Everybody popped for him skinning the cat. And like, yeah, that's a cool thing when normal wrestlers do it. But
he's a news anchor. You don't see that every day. Like he is completely 1000% out of his element and jumped into an element of someone else's, of a different craft, and did phenomenal still. Like, he did great. And I told him after the match, hey, I hit him with you got something, kid. Because he does. Like, he could, I'm not going to say he was going to quit his, his job, but like, if he ever wanted to come back, I told him, hey, I'd love to see you back in the ring. I think it would be great.
Speaking of after the match, I caught up with him. I let him talk to the camera just a bit about what he was feeling, and our fans are going to get to see that now.
It's incredible. No idea what it was like in the match. I'm not a wrestler. To be honest with you, I'm not much of a fighter. But I do feel like sometimes I'm a person that wants to stand up for what he believes is right. And what was right tonight was seeing God's work put in their place. Adrian Vega came through, had a huge match, and we pulled it out miraculously, unbelievably. It was a 1 in a million shot, and it hit at just the right time, and we put God's work in their place. And I hope that they know tonight, I hope they're humbled, because that's what they need to go around preaching about what you should do and what you should do and what you should do. And what they need to do is learn a little bit of humility. They need to learn a little bit of God's grace in their own lives. And I hope that in some way this is a journey for them, a path forward, that they can begin to learn and understand what that is all about. Just incredibly, I'm speechless almost. I don't know what to say. Tonight it really was quite miraculous, but we pulled it out. Adrian Vega had a huge match. He came through at the clutch time in the right moment. And really tonight, I think both of us, I think I can speak for Adrian too, just saying that this was for Omar. The fight that he's been through, what we did tonight pales in comparison. He really had a tough fight on his hands. And Omar, buddy, this was for you.
So after we've watched that, let's go on to talk about the main event. It was Psychotic Messenger against Psychotic Messenger. You had the EPW champion Malachi versus Gatekeeper.
Yep.
And we had an upset.
We did. Very surprisingly, Malachi's been a defending champion. Every time a challenger stepped up, he's knocked him down. This time, Gatekeeper had his number. It was shocking. It was surprising. But when I counted to 3 and had the bell rung and it was over, I was thoroughly shocked.
I think everybody was shocked.
I don't think anybody expected it. Like I said, he's been defending that title since he got it. Gallantly. Great. Every person that stood up to him took him down without a breath, it seemed like. And it caught me completely off guard when I laid the 3 and Rose's hand, gave him the title.
Which I know some in the crowd, immediately after you raising their hand, they were heading to their cars.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
the massive developments that happened after that.
Oh yeah. See. So what had happened is I got a little insight on this one. No one's bigger than the Messengers. is pretty much what the message was. No one person is bigger than any of the psychotic messengers. And that's what happened. Someone thought they were bigger, and they had to get taken down to size.
See, I thought, and I had overheard them in the back, that after it was over, no matter who won, as long as the titles with them, was okay. They'd been like, yeah, there's not going to be any hard feelings. And then afterwards, there was hard feelings.
Oh, yeah, there was a 7-foot high hard feeling. And,
Exactly.
no, Jack chokeslammed Gatekeeper and left him laying there. And what was that we were talking about at the beginning of the podcast? That briefcase?
Yeah.
Yeah, it came back into play.
Yeah, Damien Morte took his opportunity.
Cashed it in, and as soon as I handed the briefcase over, rung the bell, there he was. 1, 2, 3. Our new Empire Heavyweight Champion, Damien Morte. And I mean, that's, if you're gonna do it, that was the perfect time. Like that, I don't think you could have planned a better time. Like, even if you weren't planning a time, like, just the stars were so perfectly in line that night for him. It was crazy. It's definitely the night of Morte. We're in the Morte era now. I don't know if he likes that or not, but that's what we got. It's the Damien era.
And unless he puts it on in the Cream to Dot Memorial Tournament that we're having December 21st, he's at least got a 2-month reign as champion. We don't know. We can't guarantee anymore. But he's going to have at least a 2-month reign if he doesn't put it online. December 21st is our next event. And it is the Cream's Dot Memorial Tournament.
It's going to be a hell of a show. Definitely one of, since it started. I believe this is our second one. It's a special show. It's got a lot of meaning behind it. If you missed the last one, you want to be at this one. You're in for a treat as always, mostly because we're Empire Pro Wrestling, and that's what we give you, is a entertaining treat of great wrestling, and feels like we want you to feel it with us.
So the event's actually going to be called Hardcore Hallelujah.
I like that.
And it is going to be at 6200 North Robertson Avenue, Oklahoma City. So we're back at that hotel we were at just a couple of months ago.
Inn? Is it the Holiday Inn? Yeah. Hey, no fog machines.
Right?
No fog machines, because, yeah, that was loud in my ear and everybody's ear, and no one wants to have to deal with the smoke detectors.
You can get your tickets at Ticket Store. If you're not a member of our Patreon, which if you buy more than one ticket on Ticket Storm, because tickets are $12 general admission, $20 VIP, you get 2 tickets with our Patreon, so $10. And
worth it.
Currently advertised, of course, cards are subject to change. Logan Knight, and one of his, according to his Facebook, but hey, could just be clout chasing, we don't know. One of his last appearances in Oklahoma until they changed the commission rules. Well, not really commission rules, but the laws.
Is what it is. I mean, everybody has their own beliefs and choices, and if that's your choice, then that's your choice. Glad to see you wrestle again. I mean, that's really all I got to it. I don't do politics. I don't care regardless. For me, entertainment is entertainment. I'm a referee. I count threes and disqualify people. It's my job. I raise your hand, give you titles. Still make me disqualify you.
I get paid to be an opinionated fat ass, so I do care about that stuff.
My opinions are like buttholes, and everybody's got one, and the rest of that, and people don't care. Unless it comes to like what we do and like Empire, then you should care, because I'm me and he's him. Doesn't matter.
Maybe if I weighed 100 more pounds, I could be funny, and I could be a funny, opinionated asshole. But
Yeah. Then you'd be extremely unhealthy, and we'd be having different kind of conversations, and we don't need that. Like, we're good where we are. People don't like it. People don't like it. If you do like it, well, thank you. We love you. We love everybody, but
mean,
that was like I said, we had an amazing show. It was a little chilly, but it is what it is.
The next one is indoors.
Yes, so you don't have to wear heavy coats. Just remember, no fog machines. To all of the guys that competed at the last show, thank you. To the fans who came, thank you. To the fans that are watching now, thank you. Like, you're why we're doing what we're doing. Me and him, we're why we do what we're doing. We're fans too. Not of AEW, he is, but I'm not. So
I'm a fan of wrestling in general. I just gravitate more towards AEW. All right. Well,
anyway,
before Danny and I get into another argument and we have to divorce, this has been Around the Colosseum. Thank you for joining us. Peace out.
Later.